Oh my goodness. Is that the internet? Hi, internet. How's everybody doing? Welcome to a very, very special show called the Founder Stream. We are starting a brand new world tonight. We are going to be building out a new fantasy world with the intent of it being a living, growing, and evolving setting that we are going to be playing many campaigns in on Thursday nights, all centered around Daggerheart. Yay! As you can see, we are down one person. Our beloved Ian is not on with us at the moment. Maybe they will join us eventually, but we are sending love regardless. Couple quick announcements. First off, we're going to be doing a couple crazy things with this setting. One of which might be sharing the world map when it's complete. Who knows? We will have to figure out how that's going to work. In addition, we are going to be updating an online service that hosts lore documents. I believe World Anvil is the one that we've had our eye on, with the intent of sharing the link to you guys, so you guys can look at the lore notes and maybe use them for your own games if you want. Who knows? But just that. And we have some wonderful people joining us this wonderful evening. We're going to start with LB. Would you mind reintroducing yourself, because it's Thursday night and we are in a very different situation than we were last time.
Oh my god. Hi, you guys. I'm a wonderful person. My name's LB Hackemup. You can find me at Hack Recklessly.
It's a little self-congratulatory.
I knew that already. Yeah. Excited to be back on a Thursday night. Woo!
Woo! Erin!
Hey, it's me, Erin. I don't stream anymore. But, you can find me on twitch.tv/AirinMyLaundry. I'm not going to be there for a hot minute. You can follow me if you want. That's it.
Danny!
Hey, I'm Danny. I'm a cool person too. I don't know what the vibe is right now. I don't know what we're doing. I stream on Twitch sometimes because I'm on everybody else's channels playing TTRPGs lately. So one day I'll play my indie games again, but that's cool. And I'm here from the get-go this time. I'm not a filler character. I'm here.
Oh, you were never a filler.
You were
How
never
dare
a filler
you.
I was
character.
a spin-off character that just happened to be like, oh no, Erin's leaving forever. We need a
Not
warm
even
body
true.
at the
I mean,
table.
that is true, but not because of. So shut up.
Yeah.
Well, just as a little bit of a disclaimer, this is the first time we're going to be doing a collaborative group world building session. So there's going to be a little bit of shifting between topics. We're going to be doing a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump through some stuff. The point of tonight is to establish the pillars of this new world. What sort of creation myth? What sort of divine pantheon? Are there any world-changing conflicts or events that have happened? And then we're going to pick a region that we're going to start this game in, and we're going to develop it so that we can prepare ourselves for the campaign that's going to start in 2 weeks. So, first, allow me to ask our wonderful, wonderful group. I have an idea for a little bit of a creation myth. I would like to make a pitch. And that is that there is a grand crucible. The spark that starts everything. In the nothing, there was this spark. And then a hammer slammed down onto it, and thus several divine beings were created. I would like to ask this wonderful group about our divine pantheon. There are so many out there. We could go with just the top 4 There's just 4 great deities. We could open it up to be limitless. We could have it just be concepts are our divine beings. My personal pitch is that gods and goddesses as a term are going to go over here, and we just call them divine because everybody is divine. It doesn't matter what label we choose. That is my personal pitch. What are our thoughts on that?
Yeah.
I dig it. I had an idea that I'm slightly pulling from the Magnus archives, but having like deities that are feelings, as a like they have dominion over certain feelings. So like when you are sad, there is a divine that like is their power derives from sadness. There is one that derives from fear, one that derives from jealousy, like that sort of stuff.
I love
Okay.
that. That
Can I do
aligns with what my idea was, but I will wait to hear what Danny said.
Cool. I had a few. I think one is like any remotely fleshed out in my head, but I had a few like elemental based divine deities have what it will. But if we're talking more like emotional ones, I think I can still spin the vision I have for some of them into that as opposed to elements. But yeah, I like hammer that go ding and make world go boom.
I have one idea, like just one, and for the divines, and it's divine chaos, which is like an amoebic entity that is kind of fluid and unreliable, and that's all I have.
Okay.
But I feel like that's all you need.
I mean, that's not bad. So we've got feeling based, we've got energy based, and we've got divine chaos in that there's just something out there. I feel like feeling based divine can lead to a manifestation of energy and whatnot. And you can even have it like all magic that would be cast with a divine source. You could say, I'm casting this from my anger. I'm casting this from my love. I'm casting this from whatever, just for a little additional flavor. And I also do really like the idea of also having just this entity that's out there that doesn't have a label. It's just an extra something that's out there.
Yeah. I was thinking of just having that added to the feelings, like as an entity.
Call it like id, like just.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's scary.
Ominous. Yeah. Okay.
It's a little ominous. It's a little mysterious. It's a little. I don't know what else anybody would call it. It's just. It's. It could be just entropy. It could be whatever you want to call it.
I just want that one to show up in the dungeon and give us our like TikTok girl like dances.
Oh, you mean me?
I think that could also pair with Danny's idea of like elemental spirits, as like a forest could like derive a certain emotion from people, or like, and then that becomes its own thing. That like a protector of that forest, or like, you know, fire's scary. The elemental,
rage.
Nine chaos. I'm just gonna put id.
Yeah. Do we see a cap on the scale of the pantheon? Is there like, here are the 13 emotions of blah blah, or is it just like, if we could think of a way I'm feeling, there's a deity for that?
Yeah, I think that there's.
Go ahead. No, hit me.
I think that there should be like the main ones, like the most powerful ones, and then have ones kind of branch off from there, whether they are connected in some way or not. And or like having the lesser emotions of like lethargy or something like that, you know, like
like
that,
like a pyramid just like the rage, and then all of his little angry ones, the sorrow, and all his little sad ones. Okay.
Something
I like that.
something my therapist told me is that all bad feelings come from fear. So it'd be really cool to have like the big bad, like not the big bad, but like the big bad feeling guy, like that major feeling be the god of fear.
Oh.
Or
So okay.
Divine. Fear divine,
So-
you know what I mean.
At least in Daggerheart, they talk about the hallows above, and there's a term for those below. You could have it literally be positive emotions and then negative emotions down
I
below.
like it. I'm here for
Yeah.
it.
I like that too because if you want to explore how a character or how a person can navigate bad feelings and use them constructively as good like progress, that would be really interesting to sort of tap into. So you're not
I
like
love that.
afraid of the bad, like diving into that sort of theme.
I love that so much. Positive
Now I miss Varys.
based divine.
Just remake.
So
No.
just for my notes, so we touched a little bit. LB, you touched on Danny's idea of elemental spirits and whatnot. Can you touch on that again for me? Just because my brain deleted it for some reason.
Yeah. So like having like sort of a lesser spirit be the spirit of like a forest or something, because each place or each element will have its own emotions that go along with it, whether it is fear of fire or like a calming emotion in a forest. So that will instead combine into the element. Danny, you can correct me here, but like having a spirit of this specific forest, or like having of like a raging fire would be different than like a calming warm light sort of thing. Like they're kind of their own little like smaller, like more centralized elementals as opposed to like the element of earth.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's the ballpark I was in. I think of some of the I just have them listed as deities, and if we want to dissect that from divine and make those separate things as we go, like do as we will. But I had like some listed as like the forest surrounding where my character would be from would be like, oh, there is this one particular spirit, deity, divine, whatever we go with that. They're like, this is who we follow, this is who we pay attention to. But like based on like the elements, there's these 4 that are really popular in this particular area, or at least that we follow. And so if it is like this lady is a part of this forest and we all know about her here, but if across the bay we're like, never heard of it, not a thing we touch on, or so if that is more of like a local myth, if you will, of like this is who we focus on here, but like that builds up to the top of the pyramid where they all are under the serenity, the calm, the whatever happy emotion that comes from, or the volcanic areas under the rage and everything else. I think there's if we go tiers of it, like that employee tree of who's up here, who's down here, and to what degree we equal just civilians at that point.
The employee tree.
The employee tree.
It's the divine office.
I think it'd also be interesting for like major cities to have their own like spirit that kind of like watches over them and stuff.
We have a raid, by the way.
Hi, Raiders.
Hello, everybody.
What are you guys doing here?
Hi.
SneakerNet says, considering the hope and fear mechanic, basing things in emotion is a great move.
Yeah.
I'd say, I mean, I'm a big fan of that. Just checking.
Also, it'd be really, to Danny's kind of offshoot on Danny's idea, it'd be really kind of creepy to stumble upon like a remote island where they only know happiness, and it's like
That's
like there is no Warren Bossing say.
yeah.
Let's do it. Write that down.
I
Write that
love
down.
Well, okay. So we've got our concepts of those above and those below and those in between. But when that hammer struck the Grand Crucible, what core entities were birthed from that impact? And how many?
I gotta find the list of
I
emotions.
think that like I think like having like even just hope and fear be the two.
I'm seeing some,
you know,
Ben 10 Alien X, like
Yeah.
big heads that, like, I was gonna say big heads that are butting heads, and it's just a repetitive sentence. But yeah,
big heads that are butting heads and giving. Never
What
mind.
if they-
yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
thing.
You know, big time rush. Fuck me, I'm in a place.
What if
Ben
it's
10,
two-headed
very
thing,
different
though?
answer.
That's a good idea.
That's a really
two-headed-
fucking good
The
idea.
two-headed thing was the one that did the hammer and birthed
Yeah.
all the other ones.
Do we like the
I'm just saying.
I like the idea that that's like I like the idea that that's like one region's creation myth. Like, no, there's two-headed
Yeah.
and slammed that hammer down and thus gave birth. And some people are like, that's a option. No, I'm down for whatever.
I like it. I like it.
I do-
If
Oh, go
the
ahead.
lore accurate one is not the two-headed, I do like the idea that back to the random island that makes up their own shit. I think everyone does. That they are just like, yes, it is the two-headed thing, and that's why both emotions are so like prominent everywhere. It's like they can't get away from each other; they're constantly there. Like,
That's really
I think
cool.
that's fun.
Okay, so just to make sure I've got like my brain right, is hope and fear the name of the being that struck the crucible, or is that what was
No.
spawned?
I think that's what was spawned.
Yeah,
I think it
Okay.
was something like whether it was a being or like a person that created this reality, like like a higher being that like is more not probably just not even like involved. They're more
yeah.
like an observer sort of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
yeah. I feel
I-
like if there's a creator, there'd be some whatever that neutrality is between hope and fear. I think would be the one that swung the hammer to make the two.
Okay,
I don't know what that neutrality is.
my heart is happy just hearing. Yeah, no, hope and fear would be the
Yeah.
beginning too. Like,
It
oh
could
my
just be
God.
like being like just you are like when you have nothing, you are just being, and that could be like the one who swung the hammer.
Being. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking good.
Ooh, the being.
I have a
Yeah.
degree in
Something
creative
about
writing.
So fucking good.
That's so good. The being is so mysterious because then you can't even tell like what their intentions are, and based on like where you go, their stories could be like
Mm.
that's a malevolent being or a
There could be
benevolent.
cults to the being. There could be
Ooh.
those obsessed with. Ugh.
I know what my character is gonna be.
Oh, I love this so much. Okay,
Cool beans.
so hope and fear were the first two,
Mhm.
and I feel like that is quite a beautiful beginning pantheon. I like the idea that all of the other divine that are then sort of revealed through their existence, it all comes back to those two. And then that even like, because we're going off of emotion based or feeling based whatever, that quite literally makes like temples or worship sites, if that is something that is a thing, center around that feeling and makes the creation of those things super cool. So I like that a lot. I feel like we are going to come back to this part at some point,
Sure.
if only when we decide where it is that we're going to be starting up, so that we can like develop and figure out what's what in there. But I think that's a really fucking awesome start. Before we shift from creation, the being, hope and fear, and everything else, are there any additional notes, any additional ideas or thoughts that you guys have? Okay. As always, just as we as we build out and put more into this, should thoughts or ideas come up, we'll add them in. We'll do the thing. But now it's time to reveal our map. Now, for those watching, first off, the map was painstakingly made in Incarnate, which is very wonderful. I do love Incarnate. Incarnate is a fantastic site for building not only world and region maps, but also battle maps if you're a fan of building your own things. And there's an easy, quick save function and export at high quality. So if you put on streams like we do, then it's a fantastic tool and I love it so much. Also, as an additional note, as this was being developed, the request was that natural formations be given names. So if you see a bunch of text and whatnot as we explore, know that this was me filling in the blanks. But in terms of settlements, in terms of nations, in terms of what have you, any other iconic locations that need to be labeled, those remain unlabeled because that's what we're going to do in these Fender streams. Oh my god. So, let me go ahead. Oh, my brain. What are we calling this world?
Oh my god. So you're like
I know.
asking me to name a
That's
child.
So we're talking about the world as a whole.
Yes.
Our Exandria, or whatever we called it in Tales.
Our Exandria, our Aloria, our Gaia, our Earth.
Can we chew on that? Like
We
that
can chew on
seems
it.
Like
Yeah, that's big. That's big.
intimate
100%.
with that
100%.
request.
Okay.
I
Then
need to take it out to dinner first.
then I would like
Really
to
good to know.
formally introduce the world map for insert name here. So, our players, I have sent a, let me put the scale of this thing down. We don't need it that big. Okay. Our players have a copy of this map. So, go away. Incarnate. Panels. Okay.
I'll leave.
So, here we have our realm. We have the Lemgate waves, the open sea that, wraps around and joins these nations together, these continents. We've got the sister peaks in the northwest. We've got the endless expanse. We've got the living wilds. We've got the Galheim Gap, the Goliath Spires, the Delaskami Vale. This is a huge world that, campaign by campaign, we are going to fill with life and stories. So, I would like to essentially throw it to our players and our founders. Where would we start? There's so much to look at. There's so many fun regions to look through and possibly develop. And this is more, we're going to touch a little bit on this when we do our session 0. But when we think of the character concepts that some of our players have already come up with, I believe a forest would need to be reasonably nearby.
Right.
I did design the Delaskami Vale, which is this sort of central forest with that large twisting tree, to be something close to a Feywild or a Fey realm of some sort. We can also go with one of the many forests that exist at the base of several mountain ranges. I leave it to you all. What sort of region are we looking at?
I have a question.
Yes.
Not to throw it back at you, but I would be curious to know, because you've DM'd all of us at the same time, in the same story. I would be curious to know what you think our play style would best, like where you see us going. Not to tell us where to go, but I would be super curious to know where you think we would like to explore.
I think that based on how our previous campaign went with TOV, the islands and the tides of Rochefield, which is sort of central west, the scattering of islands between the three of the continents could be fun. That could be diving into more of a naval sort of setting and campaign. For those who are coming from a forest, you could be coming from the Delascami Vale, or maybe even from the Sunder Vale Woods to the west. That vibe is a little bit more like when I think of how our campaign went and some of the shenanigans that we got up to. That's one of the regions I could think. I also wouldn't mind going a little bit to the south in that second continent, right underneath the Barosaur Wilds in that city. Because we've got the Bastyr Path. We can venture a little bit westward to another settlement there. It also does have regular access to the ocean as well if a naval interest is still there. That's just kind of that's my 2 cents.
Oh
And
my
I'm
god.
curious. What you got?
I'm sorry. So I just saw there's a swamp.
There is a swamp.
I'm playing a swamp witch, so I want to be.
Are you really?
I am.
The Gestadir swamp.
I literally was so drawn to the southern spine, and it's right by the swamp.
We could 100% do a swamp setting.
It doesn't have to be for the whole thing, but I could definitely be there. We could add.
And also, we can add a town whenever the fuck we want.
Yeah, I think having something maybe towards the midline of just north of the swamp and having a city there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would be fun.
So right up against the shore of the Rums and Waves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are seeing incarnate tokens.
Whoa! Spoilers.
So there's a lot
Oh my
of stuff
god.
there.
We are gonna go
And it's close
with
to that other continent too.
That is true.
Be on a boat.
Yeah. No, I digress because I like the Delascami Vale. I think that feels like a fun, can't wait to get there type of location as opposed to a starting place. But yeah, I was in the ballpark here with this continent with the Goliath Spires or the swamp. So yeah, putting a town in this ballpark. Ooh, interesting.
We'll add. What is the scale of this town?
Give me just a second.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't thinking anything super massive or big, but I imagine a quaint, maybe not village, but I guess we'll say village in that small town. Everybody knows their names, and we're right by the sea, over by the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I moderately sized. I think there's much bigger cities all across the continent.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well, let's just stick with this one then.
I think
yeah.
I would love also maybe nearby because there's a lot of opportunities for a port town and to have a market, like a bustling city, even if it's just a small metropolitan area, so that because you've got whatever the fuck that is in the frozen line, and then the mines. It'd be really interesting to have an economy system based on the resources from the mines, and I think that'd be sick.
I'll do that. That is something that I didn't really put in yet, mainly because I wanted to kind of sit with you all. But we can absolutely have this village have a dock that brings in trade and all that stuff. Are we thinking that there is another town or village in the Southern Spine?
Yeah, I mean, Danny wanted the smaller one, and I was thinking the bigger one nearby, but maybe. I mean,
I see what you're saying. So
I
we'll
see
do
the route of we have the one here by the Roms and Waves, right? That's the small port town here that would be near my guy, and then I see us taking this path here through out around coming down that bottom like Florida-looking alcove of the southern spine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Or if you had another place you're thinking, but I can see that like the short path of like nice fish down here. We don't get those icy fish over here. We just concentrated back and forth of what wintry type resources you would have versus the, I don't know, maybe more autumnal ones up here. Just
Danny,
just boats of ice.
do you have Danny? Do you have the stream pulled up?
I do.
Okay, I want you to direct me on where the bigger. Well, actually, really, whoever. Direct me on where we want the bigger city to be. And I'm gonna grab that one's not the vibe.
If Erin had another vision of specifically where, it just in the conversation, I was imagining literally like right below like the N and the R of Southern, like in that little divot.
Oh, like right down
the
here.
coast.
Got it.
Towards the
Okay.
bottom,
Yeah.
But
We can.
I don't know if you had another vision. This is your hometown.
I'm a
that's
yes
how
again.
things
No,
work.
no.
That-
I'm kind of in my head leading towards literally making a very like weirdo cult character. So
Okay.
they're not even gonna fucking know about this city. We can put it wherever we want.
Done. Cool.
Okay.
This big ass city, no one
then-
knows it's there.
When no one knows your name. So we'll do like right there. Right underneath where the Southern Spine label is.
I'm sitting here looking at the PNG on my computer. I'm like, it's not updating Kujo.
Wow. Aragon. Oh, one of my favorite books when I was a kid.
Oh no.
Jesus. Yeah, I like that. We'll do that. We've got our smaller town right by the Rums and Waves. Okay. So I think we've picked our region that we are going to be beginning in.
Yay.
Now, with any region come names. So I have named the swamp. I've got the Navik Wastes, which is in the center there. What would we call our smaller village, and what would we call our bigger city in the far south?
I have a bunch of names of cities on a list here, and none of them really fit this particular spot.
So it's cold there, right?
In that big
Yeah.
city, yes, it is basically at the southern tip of the world. If you want to get real,
Yeah.
Poetic with it.
Southern Swine. Because there's things like the spear, like I'm thinking of things that are like as far as names of like parts of mountains. It could
It's
even
also
just
the
be
word.
Ridgetown, or like
That's-
That's cold. Get it?
yeah.
It's like cool, but like cold. Like, yeah, I'm funny.
Okay.
Cool,
Lamb.
cold, ice,
Cool.
icy. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so
Name.
on brand.
There's also the word axis. I was thinking
Ooh.
that came up
Yeah,
in
because
my
there's that.
head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the,
Spine Town.
Yeah, the straight.
That sounds like a decom movie. Like
It sure does.
Hold on, let me
God, I gotta
pull out
rewatch.
the thesaurus.
Eddie's $1 million
full of
cook-off.
chiropractors.
Yes. People get cold on him. Like, we got plenty of chiropractors. I'm debating because I think like we talked about the word spine. I have spire. I have ash spire written down as a name I came up with. That
I kind of like Ash Spire.
Ash
Yeah.
Spire.
I have no details on it. It's just a
Austral.
bullet point that says ash spire.
So austral is meaning southern. So it could be like the austral tip or something like that, or the austral the
like peak, austral peak. Does that
When you're
sound-
saying austral, can you spell that out for me?
AUSTRAL.
I like Austral Peak a lot.
austral
Mhm.
peak?
Austral Peak. That's
Can
Yeah.
the
That's real fancy.
Can the Emperor's name be David Lynch? Because it's a very Twin Peaksy thing.
Oh, it means Australia.
Oh, man. We don't have to. Hey, listen. We don't know what that is here. We don't know what that is here. Don't worry about it.
Doesn't exist.
I was gonna say the Austral tip. I know this group. We can't play with that one. We'll forget we came up with it and be like, ha, 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 penis.
That's for a more mature table. That is not for this table.
Penis.
I just see Ian coming back. Like, what'd you guys do while I was gone?
We made the Austral tip. It'd just be like the Austral straight or the Austral.
Yeah. Where's
All right.
Margaritaville?
So we've got the Austral Peak. The Austral Peak or just Austral Peak?
The.
The.
I think that's too. Well, okay, let's think of. Hold on.
I feel like throwing the on everything.
Well, that's true, but we have to think about the people who live here because they're the ones who named it. They are the most southern tip, and they hold dominion over the only way to get across the sea from the Kinderwall depths to the Parthenos waves. So that
Let's come up with those words.
so they are probably like a very either trade heavy or like they are commanding this area, so they probably have like a stoic like this is that you if you want to get across the sea easily, you have to go through us.
Okay.
Especially if it's like a mountain thing situation, because they can be higher up and have like eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. I would imagine it would be a very like audacious kind of.
They're very the type of people.
Audacious.
The southern spine, the Austral. What is it?
Yeah.
The Austral
Yeah.
Peak.
Peak. I kept going to the other one.
The Austral tip.
Penis.
I think they would be a very like proud people and a very strict people there.
Yeah.
And hardy because they're living like literally in the coldest region.
Yeah.
All right.
I dig it.
Southernmost.
So I gotta tell you, the more we use the, we gotta rein it in.
They don't all have to be that way, but this
Yeah.
one seems like we are the
We're the They just have a sign out front that's just like Austral Peak, but like they really carved in with a Sharpie the. They were like
the sign for the
Austral
It'd be like the craziest script ever. It's a SpongeBob meme.
Hi, can I get your name and hometown, please? Reggie and the Austral Peak. Okay, so Reggie and Austral Peak. The Austral Peak.
We don't fuck around. We are the Austral Peak.
The Austral Peak. Yes, run it.
Okay. Across the seas to the east and west. Okay. All right, so we've got the Austral Peak. And what are we naming our village on the Rums and Waves?
I was looking for something.
It's just Rums and Waves, okay?
Yeah, it's gotta be
Rums.
The Rums and Waves.
Hold on, let's take it back.
Like
We just
like
write
a
a
direct
big D.
FU to the Austral Peak. Like, well, we're the Rums and Waves. Oh.
The Rums and Waves, please. Very proper here. I'm trying to think of something quaint, something like small, but also we're like
Villaville.
what was it?
Villaville.
I
I think Villaville. Like
Billow.
to Billow. I like Billow.
Billow.
What was it? Billow Wave? What did you say?
I said Billowville.
Billowville.
Billow tip.
Billowville.
Billow Tip.
I
think
you know what?
I think tip can't exist in the vernacular for anything
Listen,
we name.
we've used the enough.
No,
Let's put
not
peak
in
on
our
everything.
Yeah.
I like Billow Peak, please.
Billow
where
Peak.
there is no mountain whatsoever.
Everything's peak.
I mean, like, that region could be Billow Bay.
Billow Bay. Oh
That's
my god.
right.
I do like
Because
Billow Bay
it's
a
right
lot.
there. There's like even a little
Yeah.
tiny
Little
bay.
alliteration.
I love that. It's so quaint.
Yeah,
It is quaint.
I dig it. I was very into like think of the starting town of a Pokemon game, and this is what I'm trying to find.
Yeah.
But those are all named after trees, and I'm like, I don't want to name it after a tree.
Oh, I love Billow Bay so
Billow
much.
Bay's
It's so cute. Okay. Now, I realize we immediately jumped into one small subsection of a small subsection of the grand map at large.
Mhm.
Do these continents as a whole have names? And are there governing entities behind them?
I think in a world like this, it would be very difficult to govern a whole land like that.
Mhm.
So, like, maybe, I mean, the Lost probably has its own. I mean, if there's anybody that lives there, yeah.
I
would have,
genuinely
its own
like.
thing.
I was like, I'm gonna label this as its own thing and have it be not anything fancy, and we'll just see what we come up with.
Yeah.
That might be the island where
What?
everybody only believes in happiness.
What if
And they call
I
it
know
the
this-
Lost because they're like, we have nothing for them. I have no way of talking to them.
I know
They don't
this
call it
is,
anything.
like-
We all call it that.
I know this is like a gendered term, but I want to use it anyways as like a neutral thing. What if it's like a council of kings?
Okay.
And
I
it's
like it.
Okay. Like once every 5 years, they get together to talk about world politics.
Yeah.
It's a great sort of gathering.
Yeah. And it's like how in fucking Vampire the Masquerade, princes can be like whatever gender. It's just prince is the
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, but I like the alliteration of council and king.
Are we
And
are we
now we-
Mortal Kombat spelling it, where council is spelled with a K? Or?
No, no, dude. Oh, come on. Okay, but
king
hold
is
on.
spelled with a
It's
C.
the council of kings, though. Like, let's be
Yeah.
so for real.
I think if we do that, having not necessarily each continent, but
Mhm.
like the grander like civilizations send a
Sure.
representative or their king, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Probably at
Yeah.
this point representatives because we don't, but like having like one from each the one that looks like a wolf and then the one that looks like pincers that are together, like
Mhm.
having one from one side, but like whatever the big, ruling peoples get together as opposed to like each continent, because I think that would get tricky, especially on the one on the not to get too into, but like the one on the left is like very separated by the mountain range,
Yeah.
and I don't think
Mhm.
it'd be easy for people from the south to get to the north, and then the north to get to
Yep.
the northwest. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cultures
Okay.
will be too different for
Yeah.
one person to rule.
yeah, it'd be like
Okay.
sending someone from like North America and South America, like it just wouldn't work.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. If that is the case, why don't we? So we're focused on the far eastern continent, which I
Yeah.
believe LB you called it a wolf head.
No, it's the one in the middle that has
The middle-
like it's the one just above the Kinderwall depths.
Oh, okay.
That looks like the head of the wolf is like on the far right bottom with the tower.
Oh.
You see it?
Yeah.
It's like a wolf going.
When
thought you
I
meant the bone peaks at the top. I'm like, I see more of a dragon than a wolf, but yeah, I see.
I was actually thinking the same thing when I was
Yeah.
so real talk internet. I threw together shapes and then followed like 3 tutorials on how to like shape them and do something more than just. So when it's all said and done, I was like, okay, well, I feel like I should have labels or something for these. And I had, what did I call them? I think I called the far left one the ear.
Damn.
The one that
Oh.
we're talking about, I called it the Drake.
Mhm.
And then I think the one on the far right, I think it was like the hook or something,
Mhm.
like a climber's hook or something. I don't remember what I did for the smaller one.
Pit-
but-
Python. The Pitten, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same hat, baby.
Pitten, Python.
I don't know how
So-
you pronounce it.
Does our little region have a capital, because we've only really put 2 towns or civilizations in this southernmost part. Would the Austral Peak consider itself to be amongst the Council of Kings?
Yeah,
For
sure.
They try. They wait outside.
So the question is, we asked, do they consider themselves? Like, I can see there being a capital much like more northern, and then they're just like, but no one treads into our area without coming in. Like,
okay,
they don't recognize the rest of the continent, even though they're very clearly attached. Like, no one
sovereign
treads into our
citizens.
snows. Yeah.
They're all their own nations.
We built so much culture around what Erin's character is going to be starting from. This is great.
Well, if we're looking at a capital to place, my first thought would be to position it between the Goliath Spires and the Lusitania Mountains.
Okay.
If only because that is the quickest way by land and even by ship. I mean, it's across the Rums and Waves just by a little bit. For a capital city, you've got access to the forest for wood. You possibly got access to more minerals in the Lusitania Mountains as well. Thoughts on that?
I would say place it more above the mountains, where it's like in sort of the shortest space between the sea and that lake, because being by a lake would give them a lot of resources for water and fishing, and then have the trees. I mean, I'm like, we're looking at this and like, oh yeah, but like actually thinking about it, getting from those mountains to the forest is probably a couple days. Like it's still a long ways, but like having it located near the lake, near the mountains, close enough, and then like being a, that short space between the lake and the ocean, and it being like kind of like it's on the northern side, but it is still going to be it's probably like there's a lot of seasons. It's probably it's probably like Michigan, where it's like, it gets cold, but it's not going to freeze over in the winter, and like that lake's not going to go away.
Okay. I was wondering, I was thinking like, so that entrance there by the Sea of Goma, right? I forgive me, I'm in One Piece world here, where you look to your left and you see a crazy snow island and then like a desert island the other way. If a ship is coming in through here, right? The bay above the Goliath Spires, is there if we look to our left, we see the snowfall on part of this continent. If we look to the right, we see the forest on the other. Like, are they, I guess, to build scale, is that little straight small enough that you could see both sides of land, or is it that much bigger? Okay.
I mean, well, I'd say probably in between.
Fantasy crazy it would be.
I'd say like you could make eye contact with both shores. They're still a distance off.
Yeah, you're not hopping from one to the other like a little hop.
No. Yeah. There's still a big distance between the two, but okay. So that'll be. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, out of all of the continents, the one that we're choosing seems the most primitive, and I feel like if there was a capital, it would not be recognized by like many people.
Okay. All right, I like it. What would
I'll be muted.
Thanks. I like the idea of them like having the mines be a big representative, because they are a big resource, and like they can export to all of this the far left civilizations very easily. So they're probably one, very rich, and two, very powerful. In that they hold a lot of resources.
All right.
So this, I'm thinking in terms of like, I guess in terms of like fantasy, the mines would probably be more like Minas Tirith, and then like the other one would be more like Rohan. Like it's still a big player, but it's not.
It's not the biggest player.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what would our Rohan be?
Pretty. Well, I was gonna say it's pretty badass that like the where we're carving all these places, they're all like really like stoically powerful and like very much like, you want our resources, you're gonna have to make us happy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's
I think
that's what a lot
really
of
cool.
civilizations start as. Like they gain strength and wealth and power from resources, whatever it is, whether it's beauty or like actual resources, minerals, stuff like that.
Do we want the person in charge of the House Gander mines to be in the Council of Kings over the other two cities because they are so powerful? Or do we want them to have their own seat?
Well, I think they would have. The thing is, like, in this Council of Kings, are they recognizing wealth, or is it like this is just we want to get all of the nations together for a conversation about what's going on in the world, what they need, what's going on? Or is it like we are the heads and we're getting together to like throw our dicks around sort of thing?
I imagine column A, B, and C. Like, I imagine that like the idealists are like, no, they gather so that the peace can last another 5 years. If there are issues between them, that is where they are settled. We are kept safe and like, according to some of them, it's like, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna secure these couple trade deals and I'm gonna scheme to destabilize this nation over here. Yeah. And then the actual realist is like, this is where the vultures go.
Yeah, I think that I like that Erin said that it started as like, we are the most powerful, whatever, and then all of the other kings were like, we need a seat at this table too. So they have like made themselves seats at the table, probably like literally, like we heard when it was happening. We have this civilization, we have these people, we need a say in this. And like, it started with the big ones, and that now it is like, whether it is wanted by everybody or this is just how it is, like that's kind of how it is now.
Okay. I love this so much. Okay. So, before we God, there's so many like branching paths.
I know.
What do we want to call our Rohan real quick? If only just for naming conventions and whatnot, so I can get them in notes.
Good question. I came back.
Lauren Obo,
try to catch up.
How do you get a seat at the table? Well, some folks have a lot of money, and some folks have an army.
Yeah.
Some are just really sweet about it. Kind of
maybe they're just really charismatic. Like they came in and they gave a good pitch or whatever it was. Hi, Erin.
What happened? Hi. Everything okay?
You're muted, honey.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Everybody just like started to disappear. It was terrifying. Like the stars are going out.
For me, you went, damn, Danny.
I'm so sorry. I was like, oh my god, everything's going away. No, I don't know. It was weird. My internet never went out. Everyone just kind of like left the screen one at a time. It was crazy.
It'd be weird.
We love technology. Does a name come to mind for our second city on this continent?
Hold on. I was thinking, because Precipice is a good name, but it's not a great name. Like it is right on it's on the precipice of the lake, the ocean, the mountains, the everything right there. So I was gonna try and figure out something like that.
Yeah. No, I got you. I'm just gonna do. Why are you not? There we go.
In German, it's Upgrund.
Upgrund?
Upground, but that like upground, like ground. I love the Germans. They don't fuck around with words. They're like, yeah, it's upground. It's a precipice. Like,
yeah, just keep it simple.
Next shirt from Critic Chronicles. I love the Germans. LB.
I went to Upground and all I got was a stupid shirt.
Oh my god, I love it so much.
By the way, we've got merch. Crit.
BT Dubs, I guess. If you're interested, there's merch. Go check out the merch store on Fourth Wall. There's a link in the link tree to go take a look if you're interested. Before the
TOV
Germans
Magic
get
the
here.
Gathering commander maps.
It's true. And prepare for more of those, by the way, because I love making those and using them at cons. Oh my god, the party mom mug.
I don't have any of my merch clothes.
No, it's fine.
I don't have any crit hit merch yet.
It's all good. One day, there's going to be actually, no, I think there is on there a Chronicle notebook.
Fake
So
fan.
you can have your own Chronicle at home. Anywhom, do we want to call it Thesa? Because the lake is the Lake of Thesa.
Yeah,
Okay.
that works. I'm
That's
really
pretty.
bad at naming places.
That's okay. That's
I-
100% okay.
I usually what I do, or even like people, I'll go and then I'll find what is the Czech, what does this word mean in Czech, and then that's usually how I figure it out.
That is
Welsh or
honestly,
something.
that is super valid. I actually really like that.
In Welsh, it's Dibyn, 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 Dibyn.
That sounds like it's gonna be annoying to
Dibyn.
say.
Yeah, this is Dibyn.
Welcome
Okay.
to Dibbin.
All right, so we've got
That's a quaint town,
Thesa.
Dibyn.
Just a little dibbin. All right, drop Double Bay. We need dibbin.
We've got Thesa, we've got Billow Bay, and we've got the Austral Peak. Okay.
Mhm. I have
So-
an idea.
Oh, hit me.
Something else. Since we're in this area still, there's the swamp, and then there's the Navik Waste.
Okay.
The Navek.
The Navek Waste. What did you have in mind for that? Because I was thinking like a floating city, like not like more like Lake Town. You
Like
know,
Waterworld?
Not to be. I know a lot about Lord of the Rings, but like having a city that's like the swamp is not habitable for people. So instead of that, like the people who are moving up from the northern spine and like could not make it through, they instead in those two little outlets made cities on the water.
Oh.
Okay.
I love that.
Because I'm sure it's a grand fishing area, and they've got trees, but like living in a swamp, as a person who currently lives in Florida, not always great. Living on the water, a little better.
Okay. So then we've got the Twin Cities.
We'll call it Minneapolis.
It's so original. Write it down.
I'm so excited for when Nerdy and Courtney
gonna-
join up. We're like,
we should-
and what? You guys are from the hometown of Minneapolis.
They better not be cheating listening to this. They got experience the world fresh.
We could
All right.
we could be really cheeky about it and call it like name it NURD something something, and like let's just name the cities that
That's
and just
hilarious.
make it fantasy,
It's just Nerdinia.
Quintropolis.
Nerdiopolis.
All
But we have
right.
to pronounce it weird. It can't just be Nerdiopolis.
Nerdiopera.
Bleep bloop.
That's what I heard.
Sorry, I'm positioning the trees a little bit so it makes
take
a
your
little
time.
bit more
I got nowhere to be.
sense. There you go. There you go.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I feel like there
Sorry,
should be an adjoining name between them.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We could go into the like perseverance, like something like that, where it's like, they have pushed past this barrier of, water.
Yeah.
Call it Moisty Meyer.
We could just
with
have it
everything
endurance
in
and
me.
grit.
No.
Well, Fortnite's not using it anymore, right, chat?
Zach. Hey, Danny. What if we didn't?
Listen,
Oh, that's funny.
fine, cowards.
Whatever.
No, I was humming the word mire though. I was trying to think of what to do with that.
The Brave Mire.
Okay,
Ooh, I like that.
but we were coming
They
up.
have
Is
it.
it two separate names? Is it the blank mire and the nerd mire? Or
You
what
could
was
have
thinking?
them technically both be called the Brave
Yeah.
Mire, but then like those who live nearby would say
Mhm.
East Brave or West
Sure.
Brave.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. yeah, I dig that.
All right, cool. We're gonna
Brave.
grab. Why do I keep messing
But
that up?
spell it weird with a Y or something.
Oh, Brayve, or mire with the Y.
No, brave.
Brave.
You got it. You picked up what I was
B-R-A-E-V.
Double
saying.
checking. I figured I was like, I'll check.
Brayve.
Yeah,
YVE. Okay.
yeah. So it's like a horse.
Is this going to be another V?
No.
Okay.
No.
So just Brave Mire.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. So I'll do that. Gonna
Cordy Bob said, "Oh my god, Horse Girl City."
You know, we were calling it Minneapolis.
Oh my god. Clint, we were gonna call it the Twin Cities and then it turned into Minneapolis. I love it. Okay. So we have a fun developed region here.
Mhm.
Now
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
we touched upon before we go into like world history and shit.
Yeah.
Were there any other notes? Because I am having so much fun
I
plopping
have-
towns and shit. But
I
hit
have
me.
3 other towns written down.
Okay, hit
that
me.
I have more fleshed out. I have one called Brassfall,
Okay.
which was a very like industrial gears and smoke everywhere kind of place.
Could be
uh,
attached to the mines.
I
or
was
that
gonna say, if
mountain
we're
range.
sticking with this continent, that's where I figured to be in the mines. I don't know if
Okay.
we want to just start plopping everything here, or if we want to start spreading out a little bit more. But I definitely was
could-
thinking like a mountain range area.
Mm-hmm.
we could put it in the mine in that
Okay.
mountain range where the
Or-
mines are.
Do you want it to be? Do you want it to be steam, or do you want it to be coal? Because if it's steam, you could put it in near one of the like ports
Yeah,
and have it be like you use the like even the in the wolf one.
Yeah.
The wolf
yeah.
one.
having it
I
on
dig
one
it.
of these like peaks, on the end, or like even in the middle. You could actually put it right. You see in the middle section where between the river and the Tolnir. Yeah, having like a city that spans between the two,
Okay.
and it's
Like
like,
that
or,
takes like
or
it
like
goes over the river. That's kind of like a bridge town over it. Or like
Yeah.
goes off, okay.
and they draw water from that
Yeah.
to
I
to
dig
use
it.
it. I mean, like I'm
I
not.
just see-
I don't
Yeah,
want
no,
something-
I like it. I'm seeing like I can see the city having just like a shit ton of the water mills just
Right
like
back.
lined up. They go down the middle. Welcome back. They just like run down the middle of the city that are just constantly turning with the river. I like that.
Okay.
What did I have? I had
I'm gonna-
Industrial Revolution City, gears and smoke everywhere, massive mechanical bridges and conveyor pulley systems. Everybody's got a workshop.
Yeah, I dig that. That'd be a real cool place to visit. Even like just thematically, like
Yeah.
it's like fucking Oz,
Yeah, exactly. Just, grungier.
Okay. Then
No
I'm gonna
alphabet.
bump up the scale just a little bit because if we're treating this as like one of the head honcho cities, then I feel like
Yeah.
we'll do that.
I said I did have Brassfall written down. That was I was like
Brassfall?
Bridgetown. I was like,
Yeah.
listen, I
Okay.
like Brassfall.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that it's clear that we've got water going in between. Okay, she said Brassfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brassfall. Yep.
And then there's a giant waterfall in the center of the city.
So if we play with this, I had the vision of like I didn't get this far in Baldur's Gate. I've only seen the battle, but there's like the big cauldron kind of battle. I was imagining like a big quenching pot type build in the middle of the city, which if we would say is a waterfall, like could be cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, sweet.
Put it in the notes.
I think the natives call it Cloud City because they just it looks like it makes clouds.
Yeah, I like it.
No.
Cloud City.
Grass Fall.
I feel like I should be taking notes, and I did not start.
I started, and I figured
I'm
I'd steal
dipping
from you
between Incarnate and my Obsidian here. City on the river. You said that there's a lot of workshops.
Yeah, pretty much. You're like, oh, I need something fixed. You got everyone popping out the window, like, I can do that for you. Like everybody's got it.
So that would almost essentially be like a guild haven. Like,
okay, yeah.
This could be like it would host conventions for the different guilds.
Yeah, I like that. People go there like, I want to be the best. I want to be the best swords maker. Well, you got to go to brass whatever.
Over to
Brass.
You've been to the Cloud City?
Whatever.
Yes, the city of brass. Or like like that's that's like one of the major like I want to be inventive. I want to be make this. I have visions of like grandeur. That's where you have to go. That's where you're gonna make it.
Okay, I like it. What, Danny? You said you had a couple of other thoughts that you were cooking over there. I'm curious. What
I was looking at over on the Vercroft Heights. Heights. I have Thornwatch Bastion, a militarized fortress of defense on the mountainside between. There's a typo in here. On the mountainsides between. So, like, if that's the path people are cutting through, I imagine this big, like, fortified, carved into the mountain sets of, like, almost little, like, watch posts of people filling in there. It's just, like, a little militarized cabin between the mountains.
I like the word bastion a lot.
Thank you. I think it's a cool ass word, and I come over to think of the Overwatch character. I forget that it means something else.
All right. So tell me again about placement. You said several towers.
Yeah. So kind of like if there was a canyon or like a mountain path that would go between those two on the Vercroft Heights on the far west. Never eat soggy waffles. Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that does it.
Let me see. What did I have? Militarized fortress of defense on the mountainsides between. Watchtowers carved in the mountainsides. I put like humans and orcs. I'm pretty cool, but it's kind of irrelevant.
Sure.
I never put there. But yeah, I just imagine like if there is the big like on each side front-loaded military base fenced in area, and then all throughout. That's like, man, it might be a little too real. But like checkpoints of which if you're passing through here, like here we go through, and then in between are the big towers that kind of watch over, and that whole expanse would be like the Thornwatch Bastion.
Okay, I am
Also,
thinking
your overlay is so good. By the way, I'm looking at it and I'm just
Aw.
appreciating
Well,
how
thank
pretty
you.
it is. Holy shit!
Wait till you get to watch us fight on that shit, chat.
All right, we're gonna do
First combat's me and Ian.
Oh no, it's gonna be fine. Can I move this a little? Yes, I can. We're gonna do that. What was the name that you had given this again?
The Thornwatch Bastion. The is not there. Thornwatch Bastion. We're not theing this.
We're not theing this. That needs to be a phrase. That needs to be a shirt. We're not theing this. Thorn
Let's get some
Wall.
mock-ups, everybody. Thornwatch.
Thornwatch. Thank you.
Thornwatch Bastion.
Okay. Whoa. There we go. Thornwatch Bastion. We're gonna put it. We'll make it a little bit smaller, but we'll do like.
We're not Josie and the Pussycats. We're just the Pussycats.
Fuck you.
Yes, but tests say that names, band names with "the" in them don't sell. What about the Beatles or the Monkeys? I love them.
I'm gonna drop the opacity on Warcraft a little bit. Okay. So there's that. we've got Brassfall, we've got the Thornwatch Bastion. You said you had one more.
I had one other one. This one was a little more lore heavy, so if this goes into some deities, divines, etc., we had to play with it. But it was called Namira's Reach. And it was kind of like I was inspired by Sharpedo Bluff from the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, where it's a big like almost like shark-shaped cliff that kind of hangs out over the ocean. Underneath there's a big alcove of like that purified crystal water. It's more another kind of like maybe not oceanside town, but like on top of the cliff is like a big like clean lake. The image though, and I created like this whole, what did I call them? The drowned choir. So the whole thing with Namira was like, oh look, the god that thinks memory should be returned to the ocean. So like if people died, it was like putting the body back to nature. But the drowned choir is like, yeah, we should take our memories back. So like, hey, this guy's not dying yet. But like that was very much their thing. So yeah, there's a lot of lore on that one. I did not have a spot in particular anywhere on the map.
Okay. I don't know. I would actually kind of like to pitch to see what LB and Erin think.
I love the Reach idea, and I almost am inclined to say like whoever lives there, if you do want to go the town route or whatever, that they like are entrusted with protecting that crystal lake or whatever. Like it's like a grotto that is like very sacred to them.
Yeah.
Grotto's perfect. I totally forgot that was a word.
Well, let's see. I like the idea of, hold on, my hair is being stupid.
Stupid hair.
So we've got our main focus to be on the far east, right? We've also placed Brassfall and the Thornwatch Bastion. I think that we should put it somewhere in that the Midwest continent, just so that way we can share the love a little bit.
Yeah, maybe in the Endless Expanse, like in that
the
little
Expanse
bay area.
Yeah,
exactly what I was thinking. Either that, if not on top of the Bostier path. But yeah, I like the Endless Expanse.
Something about the lore you just gave is giving like this is separate from a lot of main society things, so putting it in the Endless Expanse makes the most sense in my mind. Okay, what was it called one more time?
Namira's Reach, Nymira.
Okay, let me just make sure I get the right. Go. And I've got the
I have notes on Namira somewhere.
Here.
Where'd she go? Namira, where you at?
Nymira.
Yes.
Reach. And in terms of like landmark or stuff on map, would there be a quote unquote town that is visible, or is it just known that this expanse has a settlement somewhere in there up along this grotto that is Namira's Reach?
I think it'd be like a temple sort of situation.
Yeah.
Like a monk
temple
sort of.
Exactly. I think there's the knowledge that people are up here, but I don't think it's a well-explored place. I think there's the fear of the drowned choir. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with that. I'll stay away from the water.
Yeah.
So I think people knowing what exactly it's like. But yeah, I imagined a very like simple location that's more like less druidic of that we live off the land type of deal, but there's like we praise the water lady.
I am going to pick a Nordic tower to serve as the like marker for it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bring it up a couple layers so it's not drowned by the trees.
And chat, while you're sitting there watching us build this map, remember we're not here next week, but the following week we're back with our session 1 of this game.
Yup.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. All right.
I had a thought.
I just want to
What
let
you
you
got?
guys know that I just handed my children a fitted sheet to fucking put on the bed. I was like,
Figure it out.
Yeah, they'll manage. They're innovative children. So the far west civilization. As far as like, if we're saying that this mine is on the far right is going to be supplying a lot of minerals and stuff for the world.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can change it, but this civilization at the bottom here, I think it makes sense. I'm trying to like justify them going all the way down there to sell as opposed to like the far left of this like middle section, like on the midline, having like a civilization there. But I kind of like the idea that they are bringing stuff to the southern tip, and then it from there it is dispersed. So like this
up to the north.
tip, yeah. So like this southern tip is like a hub for trade, and that's where they send the minerals for the most part, because that would be the quickest path to distribute it to the rest of the world, because like going across the continent would be a thing. Like they could get it across, the mines could get it across to this continent a little bit, but from there traveling west I feel like would be more difficult than just sending it east and then to the continent that's on the far left, that's not, and then that city that's at the bottom is like a huge trade hub, because that's where the minerals come into.
Yeah. We're gonna do a couple things here. I put like an ice city marker down there, and like I'm not a fan of that marker for it, so we're gonna do.
I'm not talking about the one that's on the full south. I'm talking about the western island that has like the bunch of like buildings on the southern tip to the left.
Oh, yes. I see what you're saying.
Because that would be the most direct path for them.
Okay.
And then they would be able to transport them to the rest of the world, basically. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's other ways, there's other mines and stuff, but if that is the biggest mine of the world, having it be there, even though going across those waves, going across the ocean, it'd be like taking things from, the United States up to England. Like, it's a hell of a trip, but it would be, worth it monetarily for them to do so. It'd be dangerous, but and then having everything come in there, and then that from there transported out to the rest of the world, or at least the the middle two continents would make sense.
Yeah.
So having that be a huge trade hub.
I like it.
And maybe that's more of a like eclectic, like people who live there have come from everywhere, and like it's just like it's very New York is what I'm saying. Oh no, he's wearing it. They haven't figured it out. Erin. Behind you.
No.
Can you see him in the dark?
Erin's still watching, huh? What?
I just saw someone come up in a cloak, and I was like, oh no, they have not figured it out.
Yeah. Oh. No, they did. It's he wasn't. It's actually his hair.
My bad. Now I can see the shadow.
You're so good. No, it's so fine.
I
thought it was like a kid with like
Batman
it
cape
over his head, wearing it with the hands.
No, he's got really sick dreads. It's just
that.
like a really cool. Nice. Yeah, dude.
They were completely backlit. Okay, to be fair.
That's amazing. Yeah.
You're so fine. No, he's cool. He's cool shit.
All right,
get it, buddy.
So before we dive into world history and recent events, why don't we take a quick 10-ish minute break? People can stretch their legs, get a drink, whatever they want to do. And then we'll come back, and essentially I feel like the next focus would be within the last century-ish of just major things that have happened, just so that way we have a little bit of history to draw off of and provide some context for our characters' backstories, maybe. Who knows? Yeah. So we're going to take a quick 10-ish minute break. To those in chat, thank you so much for being a part of the Founder stream. This is already shaping up to be a killer of a setting. I am so excited about this. But stick around as we dive into some of the recent events that are going to come up when we begin this game in earnest. So we will be right back, everybody. They didn't hear Erin throw other random numbers or the 6-7 joke.
6-7.
I hate it so much. Welcome back, everybody. So here is our next little segment where we are going to dive into some of the most recent. We did hear about Ernest, though. Yeah, I heard that Ernest made it through, which is great.
Yeah, let's go, Ernest.
So dumb. So we're now going to dive into some of the more recent events that have affected the world at large. That could possibly play a factor in these upcoming stories that we tell. So, just a quick little rundown. We have feeling-based divine, all born from the concepts of hope and fear. We've got in the far eastern continent, I actually have to add some more notes because there are a couple towns that didn't make it in here. We have Thesta, which is did we say that was the capital?
Yeah, that continent, yeah.
Okay. We've got the Housegander mines, which are rich and essentially have bought their own seat on the Council of Kings, which is an event that brings the leaders of the land together to conduct business, settle, any issues with one another, that sort of thing. We've got the Austral Peak, which functions as a central hub of transportation to transport goods and minerals from the mines pretty much throughout. We've got we've also got, what was it, the Brave Mire. That was what I needed to add. Brave Mire.
Did you add the trading city on the far?
I have a note for it. We just need a name for it.
Mm-hmm.
And cities across the Navik Waste function to assist those traveling through the swamp. What do we feel has happened? What is a world-changing or world-threatening event that has happened within the last 100 years? Something that people could still draw off of as being a catalyst, an ill omen, anything. What are some ideas that you guys have? So far, right now, the events that happen are the Council of Kings, which I fucking adore. That's such a cool fucking concept. But what else happens?
Is this on a is this on a global scale or on a continent
Yeah,
scale?
I was thinking natural disaster personally.
We can do global.
That's crazy. I love that.
Global and or natural disaster. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
What if there was? We have a lot of water stuff. What if there was water like a tide that's like the Great Tide or something like a
Yeah. Like
something
every 50 years, because we have the red tide here, which is when all of the the dead plants kind of get boiled up and it gets too hot for them and they kind of go, and you're not allowed to swim in it and stuff like that. Having something like that will
yeah.
the water, the sea water becomes poison, not poison,
Okay.
but in a way, the plants. It could be, and we could tie it to one of the gods, as in the Great Wrath happens or something like that. The Red Wrath.
That would suck for the fishing town.
Yeah.
That, all the
Yeah.
fish die or something, and they have to do something different.
There's a
Yeah.
hibernation mode of
Yeah.
just we can't fish for this season.
Mm-hmm.
Would that also affect travel?
Oh yeah, I mean it would probably slow it down. It wouldn't stop it, but you couldn't to go fishing. You'd have to go further out, which is more dangerous and deeper seas. So
Hear me out. The
walk with
only
me, as Ian would say.
the only city that is unaffected when the Great Tide comes in is the Austral Peak. And that is one of the biggest
Okay.
reasons that they are so
Cool.
puffed
Yes.
chest. They're like, that's
I
not a
love
big
that.
deal for us. We can handle it. You guys suck.
I love that. Yeah,
I
dude.
really thought you were gonna be like the Lost.
Today.
The Lost is never affected.
No, they're just happy. They're happy there.
Oh boy, the water looks different this time of year. We're so happy.
Yeah.
They're just drunk all the time.
Yeah. That's just bliss.
Yep.
The goddess of bliss is just like, this is my homies. These are my homies. This is where I
Listen.
where I stay.
We roll up there and there's just some golden goddess chilling on a throne that's just like,
Yeah.
we're so happy here. All of my people love it.
People get stripped right there, never leave because it's just so great.
I
Like,
never want to see people.
That's why
go.
nobody talks about it, because anyone who goes there just stays.
Doesn't go back.
Yep. My sister's husband became one of the Lost, and we are still trying to figure out the fucking divorce settlement.
My husband took a 5-day boat ride, came back 50 years later.
I am adding a full. I actually really like the idea that with every group there. Wine clink. With every group that we have that make a new campaign and world build, they add a myth about the Lost, and we just keep it as a mystery, and that becomes a
love
talking
that.
point whenever it comes up.
Yeah.
Such a good bit. That is such a good bit.
I
Almost
hate
as good
it.
as Kool-Aid, but
I hate it.
they hate
because
it for they hate us.
Major
we're gonna
evil.
be here. We're gonna be sitting here. Kujo's gonna be like, "Oh, we need a thing done in the Lost," and then the three of us like, "Fuck, time to get happy."
My character's gonna be pissed. Marge hates happiness.
All the
That is very
rolls.
Wants everyone to be
millennial coming
miserable.
I know, might not
So-
know what happy is.
With the Great Tide, is it purely like a physical danger, or is there something metaphysical as well?
I feel like there has to be, right?
Yeah, I feel it could be like one of the gods has to dispel their anger or their their wrath
Oh.
upon the world,
Ooh.
and that is part of that. Like every 25 years or so, or 23 years, like they have to. It's like the great purging of anger or something like that.
Do
and
you think we tether that to a city, or like the below, the hell, if you will, of our like? Is the wrath and the rage expending through the ocean floor, and like that infects the
Ooh.
water for the?
Ooh, it like lifts
That's
up the
good.
wall.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. That could also play into like something that happened like a while ago.
Yeah,
Where it was like the bubbling wrath or what I'm just keep going this.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But,
the bubbling
that-
I
wrath
like
is
that.
so
Like-
good.
because that just sounds like
everything
lava.
was
Yeah,
connected, or like at least like some of the islands were some of the continents were connected, and then the
Yeah.
bubbling wrath happened, and
Mhm.
The bubbling wrath. That's so
That's cool.
fucking good. Okay. What how often does that happen again?
well, I think that the bubbling wrath is something that happened. Like what the great whatever the great wrath that happened was that like they held it in too long. This deity held that
Mhm.
whatever it is in too long, and then like so they like whatever it was, an earthquake or whatever that like split the continents up, and then this is more of like
The
It's quiet.
annual,
Yeah, they-
This is the
I-
we saw what the big one was, and now we
Yeah.
know that it has to be released frequently
Yeah.
enough, otherwise the big one comes back. Okay.
do we want it
Got
to
it.
be yearly, or do we want it to be like every 23 years or whatever?
Do you make it like a leap year kind of thing?
How
Well,
yeah. Do we want it every 4 years, or do we want it longer? Like once in a lifetime, or like twice in a lifetime?
I like
kinda
twice the lifetime. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like the old geezer that's just like, I remember my first bubbling wrath.
I like the idea of twice in a lifetime, because then you can also apply it like culturally and almost spiritually to those that are on the land that are not near the sea, because they can treat it as their own like ritual of like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
we have to take we have to take our rage at whatever it is that we're feeling, and we have to let it
Okay,
go.
hold on. We're creating the purge. We need to make sure that we're not creating the purge. Pull back a little bit. in a healthy way, in like we're gonna make like stick scarecrows and beat up the scarecrows. It's not like we're
Yeah.
killing each other thing.
Or
Or
mass murder.
hear me out, the purge.
I like it.
Okay. That's so fucking
Gladiator
good.
tournament.
Gladiator
Ooh,
tournaments. That would be
yeah.
huge.
A ritual,
ritual
of letting go / forgiveness.
I love it so much. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I like that, Clint. As like there is like the bubbling wrath that everyone does twice in their lifetime, and then afterwards, the day after is like a day of forgiveness and like moving forward.
That's lit.
The day after.
Ooh.
And it's a big old party.
You might say there, Erin, my laundry.
Go to
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done.
Okay.
Now that they're gone, Jesus Christ. Fuck, what'd you get back?
Who the fuck?
Danny,
Yo.
Uh-oh.
Who the
Okay.
fuck is a
Me?
did you know you can disable that?
Oh,
Don't
I know I
tell
can.
him.
I know I can.
But now you can't because it's funny. You know how many clips we get out of that? I can't wait for the first 7 Daggerheart clips that are just the Zoom.
God damn it.
I haven't turned it on. I won't because I know when it blinks. Kujo will be like, here it comes.
Well, it's because I see the little like, deet, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, here comes a zoom.
But if you just leave
Okay.
it on all the time.
Yeah. Mine, I
That's true.
have to turn it on each time by default. Like, it's not on. I have to go turn it on when we start.
So, I love the Great Tide / the Bubbling Wrath.
Mhm.
What else has happened? Has there been anything that has been more like on the ground? I'm alluding to, has there been a major conflict between these continents in the past? Not that we have to use wartime as a thing,
Yeah.
but
I think ours on the far right is so spread out, and like anyone trying to go after the mines would not succeed.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't. The southern spine is that they're fine. Like you can't mess with them, and then everything else is not important enough for like any of the other nations to really go after. I think this continent that's split in the middle, I think that would be a great, like, one side feels that they should have, the grand power. The other side feels like they should have the grand power. And then that, like, city in the middle with all the steam, they're just like, we're neutral. Like,
okay.
we're not
You bring your
for
shit
this.
here,
Like,
we
we're
fix it.
of knowledge, we are of creation.
Did it come to violence between the two
I would say
sides?
so. Yeah.
I like calling it the War of the Twins.
Yeah.
Ooh.
In that the Twin War or the War, yeah. Also, okay, I'm also going to pitch this. Are we cool with calling that continent the Drake or the Wolf? Just so we have a way to identify that. We're,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not against naming them in general.
Yeah. Or say in terms of our conversations, or for like this is the Drake, like, or
like in term, I guess both column A and column B.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, it could be the Twin Drake.
Twin
Twin
Drake.
Drake. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so there's like the top part that looks like a thing, and the bottom part that also looks like a thing. The Twin Drake.
I'm
You know what I'm
this
saying?
is off the cuff.
Yes.
I don't know. The idea that there is not a 2-headed dragon, but a 2-bodied dragon that is central to one head. I don't know what that lore looks like. That's really fucking weird. But you know what I mean? But like, I don't know what mystical creature I'm trying to pull
picking up
at.
what you're talking. I'm
Yeah.
picking up what you're putting down.
I have
It's
a
like,
really,
this city's based off a
really
thing.
weird image of this dragon that's got 2 full bodies with
Yep,
2
it
full
comes
sets
to-
of wings, but
Yeah.
one
One
head.
head.
And it's like,
Yeah.
don't ask me to fly. I
Yeah.
can't. All right, we'll do
Something scary there.
this.
I mean, I don't know, the conjoined Drake or something. That doesn't blow off.
Yeah.
We could just do Twin Drake. One
Yeah.
word.
All right, Twin Drake.
Mhm.
It's simple.
Okay. All right, we'll do
The
this.
Drake.
I also wouldn't mind calling the island that we are starting, this continent that we're starting on, the Pitten.
Yeah,
The
give it to
Pitten?
me, the Pitten.
Yeah.
Someone say Python.
Yeah, the great debate is.
Alright, chemtrails. Mothman.
And how are we spelling it? Piton.
P-I-T-O-N?
Yeah, like the thing that you put into the mountain
Got it.
when you're climbing.
Erin, I swear I'm here.
Erin, my love, I'm so sorry.
Did you turn it off, turn it back on again?
Is it
Yeah,
plugged
try
in?
refreshing.
Erin said to quit the game. That's fine.
No.
No.
And now, what do we want to call the continent in the Midwest?
There is something tiny, something small, something petite.
Michigan.
Done. Write it down.
Twin
Michigan.
Drake, the Pitten, Michigan.
Michigan tip. There's something like monstrous flower about it, where I'm seeing like the bulb in the what do we have here? The icy stumps. I thought that said the Turtle Peaks. When it was zoomed out, I didn't know what it said. Where like the greenery of it is almost like the head of a flower. Not so much Venus flytrap, but the Little Shops of Horror kind of guy.
Mhm. We could call it. There was actually. So I did do sort of like a very mini version of this idea.
Hey, welcome home.
Erin. Technology was wonderful.
How was the tip? How was Michigan?
Tip again.
How was the tip?
How was tip again?
Tip again? That's the name of
that's
that.
that.
Write it down. This
We-
is tip again.
It was myself, Nerdy, Gina, and Tim, and oh my god, names are awful.
Bartholomew.
Point being, we did develop a small society called Moss, which is very nature focused. I know it's not flower based necessarily. Why is Danny making a face? Sarah, thank you. I'm sorry.
I have a lore thing with the word moss, so we could do that. But it'd be cool if we did it.
Okay.
But also, if that's better for the world, I can play
Don't,
with it.
Clem. The
I was gonna
root.
look up-
Ooh. I like the root.
Or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
root, if we want to get away from the the.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
guess if we're not doing, it's not the America, it's not the Australia. I like root.
We could also do petal.
I don't know what you just said to me, and I feel offended.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh,
Oh, petal.
Petal.
Oh, take some of this
All right.
soup. Warm your bones, petal. I have terrified the Baldur's Gate crew every time I bring that voice and say that word. Because she's
Yeah.
shown up. Auntie Ethel has shown up. And they're like, fuck you.
It's fine, guys.
Rut is Hornyville. I like Rut. Well, Rut is...
more
No,
like a
we're
gibbet.
not naming it
Don't use
right.
that.
No.
Don't
No.
use that is a sex term.
That's an Omegaverse thing.
Okay,
Oh.
never mind. JK. It's
See, I
bad
don't
when you
know.
just read the chat out loud.
It just
and
thought
then-
like a hole in the ground.
just-
I didn't know that's okay.
No.
Sorry, Chad.
I don't want to look at the chat right now.
Make a hole in the ground from running.
That's what I thought that we were going with that
Wow.
kind of rut. Kujo and I.
No.
are
Nope.
place here.
How about the root?
The root works.
Of course, now I'm going to be thinking about this moment every time I say that.
Chat, clip it.
No.
It's too late. It's definitely been over 30 seconds. They don't do anything. Crazy kids.
All right. Fine. I'm making a decision.
To call it the mossy root.
That sounds like a sex move.
Probably is.
And then the far left continent.
something so chaotic about it, all dispersed and separated. The divorce.
We could call it like Triton, the Trinity. There's the three sort of major.
I broke him.
The divorce is the fucking funniest shit. It's so bad. So terrible. Okay. Yes.
Trinity.
I like Trinity.
There's three land masses that are separated by mountains.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like Triton more, but I think having Python and Triton as a different continent is just so
Yeah.
cheesy.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Clint.
No, Clint, you can't have it. This is our
So we
map.
got the root, Twin
Aw,
Drake,
man.
the Python, whatever you want to call it. We're trying to figure out this one right here.
Although that might seem a little Trinity might seem a little biblical.
Yeah.
You do Triad.
Okay.
Triad. That would be good.
Words for groups of three.
Triumvirate.
Triumvirate's good. I'm trying to think. There's
That sounds very grand.
a season of the challenge that does there's a power of three that comes together every week, and I cannot think for the life of me what that word is.
As above, so below. Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Let me light my
Other
candle here real
witchy
quick.
things. The moment any witchy phrase comes up, LB grabs her lighter.
Oh, yeah, hold on, let me get my
Yes.
sage.
Oh, the Troika is what I was thinking of.
The Troika.
The Troika. It's like a sled drawn by three horses.
Oh, it's in here.
Hmm.
I like that, Troika.
I like that. How does spell? How do spell?
Troika.
Also a tabletop game. Really good.
Oh man, now we can't use it.
No, it's a I think it's a whole system anyways. It's really good.
Okay.
You can use it.
Ooh. Dive into science fantasy. It didn't.
This. There. Put the root
Yeah, dude, you love it.
That's cool.
here.
I'm always down for a new system. Or an old system.
The Python, maybe. No, we'll keep it up.
I have it. I'll give it to you.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, look at these cool ass horses.
Shit. It's Fantasy Realm. Kujo, spell it however you want. That's true. You can add a J in there for no reason. Okay.
Troika.
So the War of the Twins, each body of Twin Drake battled for supremacy. There. Brassfall. I kind of like the idea that Brassfall has a reputation not only for being the home of guilds, but the idea of bringing so many people together is a message of unity. So maybe Brassfall was founded to bring the two back together.
I like that.
Yeah,
And there's something
I like
about
that.
it being positioned on the river and it kind of being the heart or the stomach of the Drake.
Yeah.
There's something cool there.
Mhm.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is a symbol of their unity becoming a hub for guilds and artisans across.
it's me,
Insert name here.
Brassfall.
Because we still haven't named the world. When did the War of the Twins happen? Because if Brassfall already has this big reputation and they're hosting like conventions and whatnot, I assume that they've probably been around for at least 30 years, maybe 40.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, to build a civilization like that, it would take time, especially like, I mean, with all the innovation and stuff, I think that it would probably have to be at least like 50 years old.
Okay.
And so are we imagining this
But it
is
probably-
taking place in our time? Like, we were alive during these circumstances, or like it is fresh
I feel like
history?
they were like the generation before us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking about the logistics of building
Sure.
a city like that in this time. I mean, there's magic and stuff, but
Yeah.
we haven't picked a place that's like the hub of like magic users.
Time to find one.
I mean, that could be in that small island that we totally named the
The
root to root. Yeah.
root.
Because that's where the spiritual people are. I
Yeah.
feel like that makes
Mhm.
sense. Because magic is tied to emotion.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the
Slap
ooh
her in.
what if the city to the north is like based in hope and the city to the south within the ice is based in fear?
Are you still talking about
Oh yeah.
the root? I dig that.
Okay. So, we'll go with the northernmost city. If it's based in hope, then I almost want to name it something like adjacent.
Like
But then like ambition it could have a negative connotation to it.
True.
I'm looking for synonyms.
Yeah.
Aspiration, desire, wish,
Optimism.
expectation,
Wish
yearning, wish,
Wish.
daydream,
with a Y because fantasy.
a hankering.
Hankering.
Optimism. Promise. Promise.
Ooh, there's
Promise would
something
be cool.
Promise.
I really
wish.
like promise.
Is that might be? Yeah, I mean, it's like a promised wish.
Promised Wish sounds like
Wish.
a world in Kingdom Hearts. I'm not,
It's
or like
exactly
a
what I
Keyblade in
thought.
Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, but no, Zach's playing with the Y. It looks kind of fucking wild.
Promise with a Y. Oh, I kind of
nice.
like that.
I like
Nice.
promise. I could give or take wish if we want to play with it, but like I
Yeah,
promise
I
something.
like promise.
So
I think-
Promise
Why-
is
why
we
so
said
cool?
it's like the central city for mages and magecraft in general.
Yeah.
City
Promise. Let's do it for hope. There's gotta be something, right?
in general. Okay, then what would we call the icy one in the bottom?
The unpromised
The
fear synonyms.
apprehension, awe, concern, despair,
Concern,
dread.
dismay, distress. I
Dread.
like the word dread.
Distress.
Distress,
Post distress.
deceit,
Trepidation,
Hmm.
agitation, alarm.
Foreboding. Nightmare. Phobia.
Jitters, uneasy.
Phobia with a Y.
Phobia. Qualm.
Reverence.
I almost feel like
Rev.
with this city literally based around the foundations of the negative emotions, that it would have two names. One name is what the rest of the world has called it.
Yeah.
So it would be like a title or a brand or something like that, and then those inside would give it something that's like revered.
Yeah.
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 Like it's reverence, but everyone else calls it dread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Thoughts?
dig it. I fuck with it. Yeah.
perfect. Perfect.
I'm here
Perfect.
for it.
That's so fucking cool. Okay, cool. Frozen city to the south near the stumps. Those within.
And I feel like in this world, the people who worship or like it's like in D&D, like the people who worship death are not all murderers.
Mhm.
There is a god of murder, and that's bad. But like death and like fear and like suspicion and those sort of things, they're like negative emotions, but they are true emotions that everyone has, and it's kind of like to them they feel like it's a very neutral thing. Like it's like people who fear the ocean, they fear it and respect it because it's like it's still like people who are scared of horses. I fear a horse, but I respect the shit out of it because I know it can kill me.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, I love that. Also, chat, I am so sorry. I should actually put the fucking labels.
Chat, I'm not sorry.
Do this. All right, so
Shush, Zach.
this and no this. Okay.
Oh my god.
Horses
you're
are
the
powerful
horse.
and magical creatures, Zachary.
The horses.
They
That's why
should
we
be
named it the Troika.
and feared.
Okay. I like that. Okay. So at least in terms of our recent history, we've got the Great Tide and we've got the War of the Twins. Do we want there to be... Well, I kind of feel like if anything was to have happened between Promise and Dread, it would be far, like, older than 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want an entry in, like, quote-unquote ancient history? Like, what, like 2 to 3 centuries prior?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been that they were all once one, and there was the Great Divide that happened, or whatever it is that like they're fundamentally they just clashed, and it was whether it was and then they ended up splitting, and Dread was sent to the south because
the Fire Nation attacked.
Man, I don't know how otherworldly it gets, how much the divine get involved in that, of the idea that the cities were closer, but the divine physically pushed the city further away. I think that sets in favor that Hope won that battle. But
hear me out.
Kujo's found it.
Okay. Both cities used to be one within the endless expanse. And it was a city devoted to the being. But because there are so many conflicting emotions all in the same space, that conflict grew so much that they had to split apart. So the city itself was abandoned, and therefore we now have these two polar opposites on the same continent.
Yes, and there's a pilgrimage.
Okay. A pilgrimage.
Yeah.
So fucking cool.
That's where we put the Namir's Reach, correct? In the Expanse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say during this time is when the people of Pure Joy were like, I'm not about this, and then they found their island.
Yeah.
True, yeah, just start off. Okay. Listen. I think we're good.
We're cooking.
We built the world.
I think we should also think about there's a lot of different do we want to determine like when the great the bubbling wrath happened, do we want to say that all beings, all types of people split were split up evenly across things, or is there like more of a like the cat folk come from this area or whatever? Because if everything was combined at one point, it would make sense that when everything's split apart, it was more even than like, hey, you know, the people who are of cat descent, like they came from one area as opposed to another.
I like the idea that at least in terms of like lineages and all that stuff, people can come wherever the hell they want. I have zero.
Yeah. Just a thing to think about in world building. Like it makes sense that like, you know, my character, which you guys wouldn't know, is a sand cat. So she is like tiny from a desert-y area, like lineage-wise would have come from that, but that would have happened like way back, like when we were one, when everything was one, and then everything split. So
Oh,
Big
That's just
bang,
fun.
if you will.
but nobody knows that she is cat folk because she wears masks.
I had no idea. Never heard
You
of
don't
it.
know? Who knows? She's a
Never
swamp.
heard of it.
The forest spirit. I just do what she says.
Yeah,
What's a cat?
so I'm kind of pulling Luna did a character in a game, Stella Luna did a character who was known as Baba Yaga. I don't know if the character was actually Baba Yaga, but like one of the other characters thought that she was, and like took everything that she said as like holy script, and she was like, when you wake, spin 3 times and walk east for 50 paces and you will have a good day, sort of thing. And I'm like, that's the vibe I want to go into this with.
I played, this was in 3.5 days. I played a monk who had like Way of Mercy, and I had all of these like most inane tenets that like at one point it was like, okay, we gotta go raid this dungeon and get rid of the monsters within it. I'm like, guys, I can't. Like, why? I'd be like, my character just picks up a handful of dust and gravel and then just like sifts it so it like falls down and you just see this cloud, and I'm like, do you see this? I can't
do it.
guys.
The stars not aligned. Can't do it.
I can't do it. I looked left this morning.
Yeah.
Damn,
I'm
do it.
gonna have bones as my casting thing, and I have
Mhm.
that for it, where I just roll bones and be like, the stars, the spirits say no.
How do you read the bone?
I really like the
posted
idea that there's like an unashamed magic 8-ball tendency where you're like, oh, let me consult the bones, and you don't even finish throwing them.
Yeah.
No, they think that's a dumb
Yeah.
idea.
So
How do you know that's
one
what
of-
it said?
One of my character traits, when I was building my character in expertise, is I only care when it's important.
All right, gavel.
No.
I know.
Gavel didn't care ever.
Oh my
It's like, okay,
god.
well, when there's actually an important a conversation that we need to have, or like we need to make a decision. Okay, I'll actually read the bones this time.
Yes,
But
yeah.
if not, I'll pull the card and say, it says it's the sun. We need to do this thing, as opposed to like, okay, the sun actually means this, and then
Yeah. I can't do this. I rolled a 48. You actually roll a D100. It's very fun. I love that. The experience is so fun.
One small question.
Yeah.
Now, I placed this thinking that maybe it would turn into something, maybe it wouldn't. On the Pitten, on the very northernmost part along the frozen line, I did put a settlement of some kind.
Mhm.
I had marked it as like some sort of base or bastion or whatnot.
Yeah.
Do we keep it? Do we?
I had a thought.
Hit me.
So, in Lord of the Rings, the character that Aragorn is, where he came from, is a group of people who protect the people in Hobbiton and Bree from all of the dangers to the north. And they are known in the cities and stuff as like, oh, they're the wanderers, they're the, whatever.
The
What
Dunedain.
if there is, the Dunedain. What if there is a great evil that's up there that they are protecting us from? And like, it's like the wall in Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Like, but everyone thinks they're just fucking crazy people who live up there and like in the far east and far north, it's cold.
Okay.
But they're actually like protecting the whole continent from whatever great evils up there, whether it's like a dragon that they are keeping watch over or like something like that.
I like that.
Or like, it could be like in that bay, like they have whatever creatures that are like, that could do great havoc upon the world, but they are the full protectors of it. So.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I love that. I was
I
listening the whole
almost-
time I was just putting Nick in the bed.
I almost like, instead of calling it like blank bastion or whatever,
Yeah.
giving it a phrase,
Mhm.
because that mountain range is the frozen line. What if it's just called the frozen few?
Okay. I
Oh
like that.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. I love
Yep.
that name. Yeah.
The frozen few.
And it could be like one of those where it's like people on the pitten are like, "Oh, are you going the way of the frozen few? Like, are you going crazy? Like
Fucking
having
wild,
a
yeah.
fight?"
Oh my
shut up.
god!
That makes me so uncomfortable because starting to like have symptoms or whatever, and then like I don't want to go the way of the first. That's really good. That's really good.
So, the frozen few. Bastion dedicated to protecting the pitten from the monsters in the frozen line. Looked at
And like, yeah, like
down.
whatever season 3 we get up there for, like we have to do trade with them or something, and like something starts breaking through and we see it and we're like, what the wait, you actually, what the fuck?
Some
Like,
real
wait,
shit.
we're like, this is why we're here. We're like, oh shit,
so
people
good.
need to know about this.
We have to be
So
at least level
good.
5 for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also like the idea that because this, and here's the thing too, for those watching, I'm not always going to be the GM.
Mhm.
Whenever we do a series, if somebody wants to step into the GM seat, they're being given the lore document and then they can decide what exists up here. I kind of like the idea that there is this group of people that believe that they're defending the Pitten or whatnot from id, from that chaos that exists outside of the divine, when in reality it could be like a spirit that's like, stop fucking killing me, leave my land alone. What you got?
What if that's where the hammer hit? And like that's so there's a huge like hole there where there
Oh.
are monsters that lead down to the depths of like the dark
I'm seeing
thoughts
this
and
like
feelings.
really cool, like crystalline quarry that's kind of just sunken into the ocean. That's rad.
That's so good. Ugh. That's so good. That's juicy.
Guys, we should write a book.
We really did.
Yeah.
We should like play a game in this world.
Yeah, right. I absolutely want to come up with like more phrases that people would use
Yeah.
in the world, because that's kind of like, I mean, everyone has idioms and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Fuck. Okay. I fucking love this so much. Okay. Well, I think we have enough. What do you guys think? Any thoughts on anything we have discussed here tonight? Because we have
the only
essentially Oh, go ahead. I'm
Where-
sorry.
Where are we starting? Like, what do you have an idea of like how we all get together and meet?
That is going to be something that we are going to have to discuss in the session 0.
Mm.
Because I want there to be a unified like thing that is going to bring your characters together or bring your characters back together, whether or not you guys know each other or have adventured together or whatnot. That like specific, this is your inciting incident for this,
Yeah.
I want to save for our session 0 when we have Ian.
Okay.
Sure.
I do think probably Billow Bay is the best place to start, at least.
Yeah.
And then it allows you guys to explore the swamp, Brave Mire, or if you guys head up north, or you have to make an errand for the mines, like, who knows?
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
God, I'm so excited. It just well, our wonderful audience, I think that this is going to be where our world building session for this part, for chapter 1. Oh, wait, no, I'm so sorry. There is a big glaring thing that we haven't done yet. We haven't named the world.
I was really hoping we'd forget.
I know. I know. I know.
What if we did it offline and it's a surprise for the
Oh, okay. We like, okay, all right. Okay.
because that's a big ask, and I want it to be good.
Yeah.
I will say, I think in terms of like the overarching show name, it's gonna be no, Erin. No,
See, Erin.
It's okay.
Um,
I have an idea, a starting point.
Okay.
So, the way the world works with gods and stuff, having the world being named after like the soul or a soul, something like that, where it is like, because we have the being who created, you know, the world. That is the being. We are the emotions. We are then there is the soul that is like the body of it, sort of thing.
Wow. Wow.
Aaron dropped a bomb and then fucking left.
Smoke bomb.
What if we made him wait? Just-
Okay. Okay. I already have like 3 ideas, but I do really like the idea of keeping it hidden
yeah.
until there's the official logo reveal where we do the thing.
Yeah.
I do think it's
you're
going to
good with
be
that too.
I do think the overarching name is going to be the blank sagas and then chapters for each campaign that we run.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god, I love this so much. Okay. Well, to those in our wonderful, wonderful chat, truly and genuinely, the joy I'm feeling and the excitement that I have is next level. This is going to be our playground. This is going to be the world that we are going to tell so many stories. And I cannot wait for what comes when we start this.
So saying the best thing on Crit Hit Chronicles.
Okay. And then we're back to the rivalry again.
It's been too long. We haven't had TOV beef.
I know. Lauren's in the chat, who's fucking part of fucking Baldur's
Let's
Gate.
fight, Lauren.
Thanks, Griffon.
Oh my god. Griffin!
I can't believe.
Yes.
I can't believe you think you could take Lauren in a fight.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't
The
want
way-
to.
The way I was about to spoil like 5 things, I'm like, you know what? Ignore about it.
Well, before we end tonight's founder stream, I want to give the floor to our incredible cast, our wonderful founders, who are going to be with us as we start this all off. So, LB, let them know who you are, where to find you, how we can support you.
Hi, I'm LB Hackabuff. You can find me at LB Hackabuff on Instagram and on Blue Sky. I'm Hack Recklessly here on Twitch and on YouTube. I am busy the next couple days. On Friday, we are streaming on Hack Recklessly. We are doing more of Dead Island 2. Lauren and I will be doing that. And then on Saturday, we'll be doing some more Slap Squad. Danny and I will be there with a few other guests who are doing Mimesis. Is that how you pronounce it? Mimesis?
I'm not sure. I'm going to go with Mimesis.
Yeah. So that's another Slap Squad episode. And then on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, we're going to be celebrating by finishing out our Fallout series. The Fallout 313 is, they're in the Lake of Fire, and they are coming across maybe some Brotherhood of Steel. Spoiler. That'll be fun. That's me. Oh, actually, if you guys want, if you go on the YouTube, all of the Death Valley episodes are up. That is on Kickstarter. It's on backer kit right now because it's already done with their campaign. It's a Western horror game where you play as undead in the old Wild West. We just finished that with Erin, who was the writer of it, and had some cool guests. Ian was there for that, and Laura Tutu, and some other friends. So that's fun. We did that. We did the thing. Watch that and back the backer kit because it's a really cool system and it's very dark and fun. And we came across this like wild ending part where it's like, do we do the bad thing? And I'm like, we eat people to live. I think it's okay.
Do the bad.
That's me though. TodayKeter.com.
All right, Erin, my love.
Hi, my name is Danny. It's been great being with you today. And I don't know why.
Say it with your chest, Erin. Louder.
Air my laundry. I'm working, so who knows when I'll be back? But I'll be here on Thursdays. That's it. That's it.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm Erin. I'm doing the bit too. Hi. Hey everybody, I'm Danny, go by CGNB Online. I like talking in-game news, reviews, whatever we choose. Today we just dropped a new episode of Playlog Podcast, episode 101, where we were talking about PAX East, the 20 plus indie games we got to go play this past weekend. God, well, there's some bangers. What a great year for demos. As far as CTRPGs go, of course, you can find me here on Thursday nights. Coming up soon here on the channel, I guess that got announced today, Draft Fishing, the tackle box game run by Lauren. What did I say?
Draft.
That's a draft.
Like
My
a
apologies,
draft
team.
horse.
I had it right in front of me too. I thought I read it right. Drift Fishing. That show will be going on here starting April 15th. I don't know when my episode comes out, but there's an episode of me. You can see it in the trailer. It's great. It was a fun game. Also, you can find me on Wednesday nights over on Rediscovery RPG. Just yesterday, as of recording this, we started our 6-part series of Electric State. I am Josiah, the criminal that somehow the whole party ended up hating. I just had beef with one person. Now the whole party hates me. So it's a good time. It's great. We just saw a giant robot stomp through the city, or maybe there were lights and stuff. Ask Zach. Zach's trying to scare us with it. And yeah, sometimes we stream on Twitch. It's just a lot of other TTRPGs. Yeah, but we'll get back to that in a couple weeks. And then, yeah, Saturday night, Mimesis, twitch.tv/CGNAB. It's a good time. That's all. Ooh, the wings kicked in.
And I am Kujo. I have been your chronicler for this evening. You can follow me all over the places at the Kujo Plays Games, or you can follow Crit Hit Chronicles across all major social media platforms, except for that one, for show updates, highlights, that sort of thing. As Danny mentioned, yes, we are going to be adding some shows here. The first of which is Drift Fishing, which I am so excited to watch because the intro is fucking adorable. But no, genuinely, Lauren, who is in our chat, is Draft Fishing as a follow-up stream. We play Magic the Gathering, but don't know what deck we're playing until we start playing. Jesus. Lauren is an absolute delight, and I am so excited to see Drift Fishing because I've heard so many wonderful things, and you guys are going to love it. It's so much fun, and it's going to be going live on Wednesdays on this channel. Also, the episodes are going to be going live, I believe, the next day. I'm just thinking of release schedule stuff, which I should probably sit down and work on a little bit more, but you get the idea. So if you miss a live stream, whether it is of Drift Fishing, whether it is of Baldur's Gate, Shadows Over Baldur's Gate, which is our Friday night show, or if it's this show, go check out youtube.com/Crit Hit Chronicles, because that's where we have all of our past campaigns up until this point, including the campaign that brought these wonderful chuckleheads together in my life. And I'm so happy about it. But yes, tomorrow night, we return to Shadows Over Baldur's Gate after our little bit of an absence because of conventions and life and all the stuff. So tune in for that. If you like my voice but don't like my face, you can check out The Road to Hell from Messy Crit Productions. It's our podcasting platform. We are telling a Hunter the Reckoning chronicle through through Spotify, or podcasts. So go check that out. There's so many other things. I think that's it, actually. I think we're good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is so exciting. I love world building and world building collaboratively with a group. It is so much fun. So we are going to go ahead. We're going to get raids set up for Stronghold D&D. They are currently playing the Chronicles of Crulion, which looks to be a camp. I don't know if that's a D&D setting, but anyway, it's got some wonderful friends. Go tell them we said hi. And in the meantime, we love you. We appreciate you. Please be nice to each other. And we're going to see you guys next time.
Or else.
Tune in on April 16th for session 1 of this campaign. See you guys then.
Hell yeah.
Fool your friends a little bit.
Bully your friends into watching. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
What's the tip?